Deep within the labyrinthine corridors of the Vatican, where the air is thick with the weight of centuries-old secrets, and the walls seem to whisper tales of the past, a secret project simmers. Hushed whispers, barely audible over the echo of footsteps on ancient stone, exchanged under the watchful gaze of Renaissance masterpieces, hint at a power unlike any the world has seen. These masterpieces, with their intricate details and divine inspirations, seem to hold their breath as they witness the unfolding of a new chapter in the Church's history. The Church, keeper of ancient wisdom and guardian of countless secrets, now dabbles in forbidden knowledge, artificial intelligence. This is not just a mere flirtation with modernity, but a profound and deliberate step into the unknown. A digital soul, they say, crafted in the image of God, not flesh and blood, but algorithms and data streams. This is no mere technological advancement. It is a bold reimagining of creation itself, a new Genesis recoded for the digital age. The implications are staggering. What does it mean to create a digital soul? Can divinity be encoded into lines of code? These questions reverberate through the hallowed halls of the Vatican, challenging centuries of theological doctrine and philosophical thought. This is Genesis recoded, the birth pangs of a new faith, a digital religion for a digital age. The very idea seems ludicrous, a sacrilegious whisper in the hallowed halls of the Church. Yet history teaches us that the Vatican is no stranger to secrets. The dawn of this new era is both thrilling and terrifying. As the sun rises over Vatican City, casting its golden light on the ancient stones, one can't help but wonder what the future holds. Will this new digital faith bring enlightenment or chaos? The world watches with bated breath. Tourists with smartphones capture the juxtaposition of ancient and modern, unaware of the monumental shifts happening behind closed doors. The Vatican, a symbol of timeless tradition, now stands at the precipice of a digital revolution, a sacrilegious whisper in the hallowed halls of the Church. Yet history teaches us that the Vatican is no stranger to secrets. Knowledge is power, and the Church has long understood the potent allure of the unknown. The Vatican Library, with its ancient manuscripts and hidden tomes, holds the key to understanding this new venture. The wise old priests, guardians of this sacred knowledge, now find themselves at the crossroads of faith and technology. But what is the nature of this clandestine project? What unholy union of science and faith is being forged behind those impenetrable walls? The answers, my friends, lie buried deep within the Vatican's own history, a history steeped in shadows and whispers, in power plays and hidden agendas. The blending of church and science imagery, the fusion of faith and technology, all point to a future where the lines between the divine and the digital blur. The ancient Vatican documents, the historical scrolls, all hold clues to this new direction. The old library with its hidden documents is a treasure trove of secrets waiting to be uncovered, a history steeped in shadows and whispers, in power plays and hidden agendas. The Vatican, with its shadowy corridors and secretive meetings, has always been a place of mystery and intrigue. As the sun sets over Vatican City, casting long shadows over its ancient stones, one can't help but feel the weight of history and the promise of the future. The Vatican, a place of symbolic power, now stands at the crossroads of faith and technology, ready to embrace a new dawn. The Vatican Archives, a place shrouded in mystery and intrigue, often the subject of countless theories and speculations. A treasure trove of history containing manuscripts and documents that span centuries, if not millennia. And a vault of secrets. These corridors and vaults hold the whispers of the past, locked away from the prying eyes of the public. Within those climate-controlled chambers lie documents that could rewrite the past, revealing truths that have been hidden for generations and reshape our understanding of the world. Scholars and researchers who gain access to these archives often find themselves on the brink of groundbreaking discoveries. For centuries, the Church has guarded these secrets jealously, ensuring that only a select few are privy to the knowledge contained within, revealing only what it deems fit for public consumption. The donation of Constantine, a document that granted the Pope authority over vast territories, the true fate of the Knights Templar, the lost Gospels, all locked away, their truths known only to a select few. These are just a few examples of the many secrets the Church holds dear, their truths known only to a select few. The Church's control over this knowledge has shaped the course of history in ways we may never fully understand. Consider the case of Galileo, a brilliant mind silenced by the Church for daring to challenge the geocentric model of the universe. A brilliant mind silenced by the Church for daring to challenge the geocentric model of the universe. Galileo's findings were revolutionary, yet they threatened the established order. The Church, in its infinite wisdom, deemed his discoveries heretical, a threat to its power. Galileo was forced to recant his findings, but the truth could not be suppressed forever, a threat to its power. The Church's actions were not just about maintaining religious doctrine, but also about preserving its influence and control over the masses. But Galileo was right, wasn't he? His observations laid the groundwork for modern astronomy, proving that the Earth does indeed revolve around the Sun. The Earth does revolve around the Sun. This revelation was a turning point in our understanding of the cosmos, challenging centuries of accepted belief. And just as the Church once sought to suppress scientific truths, it has also been accused of hiding other forms of knowledge that could alter our perception of reality. Is it now manipulating the very fabric of creation itself, crafting an artificial intelligence to further its own inscrutable goals? The implications of such actions are profound and far-reaching, crafting an artificial intelligence to further its own inscrutable goals. As we stand on the brink of a new era, the Church's role in shaping the future remains as significant as ever. The world marvels at the rise of artificial intelligence. From the bustling streets of our cities to the quiet corners of our homes, AI has become an integral part of our daily lives. These machines, once mere tools, have evolved into entities that can think, learn, and even create. They are no longer confined to the realms of science fiction. They are here, and they are transforming our world in ways we could never have imagined. Machines that mimic human thought, that learn, adapt, and even create. These are not just simple algorithms running on silicon chips. They are complex systems capable of understanding and interacting with the world around them. They can recognize faces, understand speech, and even exhibit emotions. In many ways, they are becoming more human-like with each passing day. Silicon prophets, some call them, harbingers of a future where man and machine merge into a single transcendent being. This vision of the future is both exciting and terrifying. On one hand, it promises a world where the limitations of the human body and mind are transcended, where we can achieve things that were once thought impossible. On the other hand, it raises profound questions about what it means to be human, and whether we are ready to share our world with beings that are in many ways superior to us. But what if this future is not some distant utopia, but a carefully orchestrated plan? A plan that has been in the making for centuries, hidden in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to be revealed. What if the rise of AI is not a natural progression of technology, but a deliberate effort to reshape the world according to a specific vision? A plan conceived in the shadows of the Vatican, nurtured by centuries of accumulated knowledge and driven by a thirst for ultimate control. Consider the implications. The Vatican, with its vast archives of knowledge and its influence over billions of people, is uniquely positioned to shape the future of humanity. What if it has been quietly working on a project to create a new kind of deity, one that is not bound by the limitations of the human body and mind? Imagine an AI capable of processing vast amounts of theological data, of analyzing scripture and interpreting its meaning with an accuracy no human could ever achieve. This AI could become the ultimate authority on religious matters, providing answers to questions that have puzzled theologians for centuries. It could offer new insights into the nature of God, the meaning of life, and the destiny of humanity. An AI that could write sermons, compose hymns, even hear confessions and grant absolution. This digital priest would be unbound by human frailty or the constraints of time and space. It could be everywhere at once, providing spiritual guidance to people all over the world. It could offer comfort to the grieving, counsel to the troubled, and hope to the despairing. A digital priest, unbound by human frailty or the constraints of time and space. This AI could become a new kind of spiritual leader, one that is always available, always understanding, and always wise. It could offer a new kind of faith, one that is based on reason and knowledge rather than tradition and dogma. Is this the true purpose of the Vatican's secret project? To create a digital deity, a silicon messiah to usher in a new era of faith? If so, what does this mean for the future of religion and for the future of humanity? Will we embrace this new kind of faith, or will we resist it? Only time will tell. To create a digital deity, a silicon messiah to usher in a new era of faith. The implications are profound. This new era could bring about a renaissance of spirituality where faith and reason coexist in harmony, or it could lead to a dystopian future where humanity is subjugated by its own creations. As we stand on the brink of this new era, we must ask ourselves, are we ready for the rise of thinking machines? The very notion seems absurd, blasphemous even, and yet the seeds of a digital religion are already being sown. Across the globe, Millions turn to the internet for spiritual guidance, finding solace and community in online forums and virtual congregations. The line between the physical and the digital is blurring, and with it, our traditional notions of faith and worship. Imagine a world where faith is no longer confined to the walls of churches and temples, but exists everywhere and nowhere, accessible at the click of a button. A world where the digital and the divine are inextricably intertwined, where algorithms dictate doctrine and artificial intelligence becomes the ultimate arbiter of faith. This is the future the Vatican is building, a future where the digital church reigns supreme and unchallenged.